Hello, my country people then. Today, the number 7 day for September 2024. We don't come live or discuss about back to school and forgive on a weekly update for which we don't happen in the past 1 week for the first week of September 2024. As we join, we know the usual routine, my country people then. We share, make it go far and wide. Countryman, they come. Today, we'll get a lot of things and for discuss about. We'll share as we join my country with them. We'll share. I will try my best for be brief, for giving all the information I bring in a very timely manner. So we'll share as we join. We'll match fire for go for before my country people them. Today, now number 7 day for September 2024. And we will talk about back to school, the origin of this nonsense in the Anglophone zone for boycott school and for frustrate hundreds of thousands of picking their education and their futures. And who's how we don't lead them today. We will discuss all of that with input from the Pope, the representative for Yaoundé, the Apostolic Nuncio, and we'll talk about the communique with the American embassy put them out, and we will also talk about the response from the idiots. The Ambazonian should know why we lost them. Thank you plenty my country for them. As we join, when I know the usual routine, when I match fire, make it share, when I share, I make it go far and wide.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.
They recall him whether my country people, that loser, that criminal, that guy, he don't fight war for La Republic more than La Republic to Cameroon soldiers. I mean, every day he's trying to do something for seeing La Republic defeat us. He be focused. He be so focused to the point where they miss one day where he never trying to put something out there, talent to destroy Amazonia. Yet we are not paying attention. I think say if that guy is a contractor, titles. On a serious note, what we don't work for La Republic, it passed even Brigadier General Car or Dr. Voleur. On a serious note, because the guy did write every negative little thing we say. Now the infighting, if we lost this war, God forbid, I'm not going to even blame La Republic again. Look at their own activists. Look at this criminal way they call it, say, titles. Instead of our activists to focus on people like that to destroy him once and for all, no, our activists are against themselves. They be so righteous against themselves. On a serious note, because the guy did write every negative little thing we say. It even instruct La Republic of Cameroon terrorists to they don't kill Ambazonia fighters. For example, General Trouble, out of negligence in Gokutunja, was killed a few days back. In course of killing General Trouble, La Republic of Cameroon, he killed one mama where we sell whether a cocoa or granite for corn root. They killed one Christmas. Conda titles not put them on social media. He put a picture for General Trouble, something where vex my heart past every other thing. We get our own activists. Unfortunately, the day on their forum, they reprove how righteous they be. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. On a serious note.
Lesson number 1, my country people talks about it. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
So thank una plenty, my country people them, for all man where it don't join. For all man we don't join, una share make it go far and wide. Thank una plenty, una match fire for continue for the share. So I go bring for una the presentation where I get and then later on we could play our come anthem and then we go match fire for go for before. So So my country people them una fit here na small picking and that for Bamenda for Northwest region a couple of years ago where they is saying back to school, back to school. They beg, they fight, they want for go back for school. Just small picking them. And for this live broadcast today, I go explain for una the origin of this nonsense about school boycott and the impact we don't get them. And in order for we forget the full clarity of the origin and how this thing it affect we the anglophone population and we're picking them and the future for we're picking them, I go play for una some videos where many of una never ever see these videos and before. I go make them una go understand what's how we would day today. And then I go also play some ones them where they come out from the past, some videos maybe when I don't see them before, but when I don't forget about them. It go bring them home for una for understand what's how we would day today and how we get to this position where we day in today my country people. But first, when I watch and listen to Oka Nasri Clovis.
Okay, today na 1st September 2024. And then GPS, Government Primary School, Kombone Town. Where this school, people they as no say this on Akwakwa. So if you look at
So Clovis it do a lot of sensitization inside Meme division since August 2024. Now, one of the reasons that way it never become live often, and also because of the interior villages in the way it they in, they don't get network. So sometimes in the way it record videos, and then it would take 1 or 2 days, sometimes even 4 or 5 days before it get to a location where it get 4G or internet connectivity for you for send we the video and then I go broadcast on phone. For example, this video we record them on the 1st of September. We all broadcast them 2 days ago on the 5th of September because of internet connectivity. So it on the ground, it do a lot for help sensitize people them with back to school campaign. As not PC, it then for your own school where we go for your own primary school, government primary school inside Kwakwa. Even though Oka Nasri Clovis Nandian Pekin born and bred, it grow up now inside Meme division for Kwakwa and also for Kumba. And when I know the story about Kwakwa very well, Kwakwa be been one of the places the way Amber terrorists be totally overrun. They take over the whole place. They destroy all of this infrastructure. They burn down schools. They do a lot of terrible things for Kwakwa. So Clovis Day back on the ground, they do a lot of great work with the sensitization. So now one of the things in this way we want to do this special broadcast today on back to school, and this one it will be left for posterity for people the way they want to study the effects of ambassador terrorism in the future. Now one of the videos in this way they could get reference to where they could always refer back for get some evidence and clarity for understand who's how we will come out from this nonsense or with this nonsense about stopping our own picking them in the no-go school to Wusa where we day today. So that one now the 1st of September. So the Amber terrorists they become out, they declare a so-called ghost town lockdown for frustrate the education for picking them for school resumption this September 2024. When I listen to the video, because I always bring for evidence for everything I talk themselves, they go present their case.
the things that they happen and unfold as Sudan tell una. If there is one agreement, na say those who then want me war continue, all of them be in agreement, say na the best season this for them for make things happen. Maximum chaos. They have indicated to our people to threaten them because they know them to stay at home to make sure that school opening this year is not a success. The Ambazonian fighters have also, the genuine one are also, some of them are also backing this issue, as well as the hardliners who also seek this posture of war to continue. The mountain lions have come out with a video which I'm going to play for you so that all our people should hear. Listen.
Good day, Ambazonian. Today, na 21. When na fighter the this or mountain lion, they don't come up for tell the population say, ghost town the camp. Me any man be very careful. And that ghost town the start on the 9th of September. Where me any man tell Pikin say that day me any man be indoor. Because if you find your Pikin not see him, you know say now when the ghost town go down end you pick it for road we don't die. So they tell our population say on the 9th, we go start for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now ghost town. Saturday and Sunday, road go open. It won't be the other week the same. So at the tell our population, they say, me they not take this one the child's play. Because say any man where he go fumble, he go receive them. So we did warn our people them for Munya, Boya, My 16, Mutengene, Tiko, Limbe. We don't the poor ghost town would ever hear. Una the violate them. But the trip, una go pick and run. So Miss Somano worship Pikin send for school. Tomorrow Ika talk say. So me any man be very careful. And would you warn our parents them where they work for CDC, Menja, Pondo, Tiko, we don't already get information. Likumba, we don't get information say it is so. Una the one mele say me work start. We not go there again for military. Any man will violate the ghost stand. We go there now for ye.
I hope say would I hear what we talk. They know the target na the Cameroon military, the target na the anglophone civilian population. Now what that way you talk? And by the way, when I see the guy with there right in the middle, it went a Cameroon mayo. Now green, red, yellow, that way where green top, red shorts. It went a Cameroon mayo, so the one with the right in the center of the picture on the second row. Now in that, and why when I cover on our face? When I call on ourselves say this, so when I fight for the anglophone population, but when I threaten now exactly the same anglophone population where when I claim say when I fight for, and then that one when I Cameroon mayo. Well, illiteracy now the problem that so that video now 2024 but they continue.
Yeah, where is Siam? Asawana, Asabwam, Esimini.
Good day, fellow Amazonians. Here is the General of Amazonian Ground Force speaking. Yeah, this is an audio that is going to all the families, all the parents that are in Southern Cameroon. We want to inform the parents of Southern Cameroons that if they send their children to school this September, it will, like, we are going to kill all of the children that we are going to meet in school. So we are giving a 1 month ghost town from the 9th of September to the 9th of October 2024. So this message is going across to all the Amazonians that any parent that will send his child to school will have to face the consequences, because any parent that will send his child
at school, we are going to kill all the children. Thank you very much to everybody that had the opportunity to listen to this audio. Here is the General of Ground Zero speaking.
So that is a message where it go around for social media, it go around for all chat group them, for our people them, everybody be concerned. Now first two things in the way I go bring up for our population their attention. At the good news na say when I see the soldier them, their spirit a bit timid, they not be very bold for talk say this lockdown where they call them now for stop school make it no start for September. Now because themselves they know for their heart, say to where they do it no get no rationale. It no get no reasoning behind it where the fist stand defend them. So anyway, it dey how it dey. They don't talk say they will get that lockdown and would advise people that make them be cautious because this lockdown where they talk me be for that day, it get both side na day we go nya. Number one thing na say the threat we they so that they give for our population and for our students them. As they talk say if any picking way lost for Amazonia during this period, they will see for after the period they don't finish where they don't die where they don't kill them. Basically they threaten our people with death. They also threaten our people them for business people and any other civilian the way them boycott this way them disobey this lockdown. So it no be a matter of public a collective struggle. No be issue where the population and decide for do am, no be something where they for the public interest. Na just say the ground it and day. So this is not whether the ghost town is a collective issue again or the lockdown is a collective issue, as the lockdown and the school boycott will be declared by the syndicate of our educators during the period of the consortium. This one now by force, our people them be under threat with death threat. That means that you will be threatened to be killed if you no obey something. So this one now a pressure, the one now oppression upon our people. It is not something that our population support. It is something that have no rationale behind it. And these are one of the things that the international community have pointed at to look at and say that our own people are being oppressed and punished by our very own.
So when I don't hear that report from Capo Daniel, I see elaborate explainer. The Amber terrorists, they declare so-called lockdown for tarnish or for punish the anglophone civilian population. That is the reason why, and the impact that would get on the anglophone population. Now, before I come back, we can play some other audios them or some videos them. I want make una listen to the apostolic nuncio when the Pope, ye representative inside Cameroon, because I know that the Holy See is a sovereign state as well, and the Pope now a head of state. So it gets sort of like an embassy inside Cameroon as well. Now listen.
Peace and greetings from the Apostolic Nunciature. I am the Apostolic Nuncio in Cameroon, Pope Francis's representative amongst you. Cameroon has become my home and my passion. A temporary exhibit here features Cameroonian children's wishes for peace. This photographic exhibition was produced by the Piarist Fathers with photographer Emily Pina. One child, by the name of Peter, even says, living in peace feels good, just to wake up and go to school without fear. He was prevented from going to school because of violence. Our children are our future. Children suffer the most when there is violence.
So my country people them, if you want to watch the whole of that video, it be posted onto this our page, and it also be posted online for our Facebook, our YouTube channel. So I believe say when I don't already watch this video where the Pope it is sent a direct message to the people that for Cameroon say they want peace, they want make Pekin then go for school. Now I go play for una curiously. I go play for una Christopher Anu, where it be irrelevant, by the way. It no be relevant. And one of the reasons that way I never ever did bother for listen or to play or to take in to note anything where Chris Anu did talk because it be irrelevant. But because of this particular video where I want to make a particular point, I go play for una Christopher Anu a video where he try for respond to this message where the apostolic nuncio for Yaoundé, Itokam, vis-a-vis picking their education for Cameroon. When I listen, when I go understand the frustration for Ambazonia terrorists.
Violence
and together,
is
let us
never
work for peace.
justified.
Thank you. God bless.
The Pope's
Peace
nuncio
and
is very
greetings
correct.
from the Apostolic
Violence
Nunciature.
is never
I am the
justified.
Apostolic Nuncio in
The only
Cameroon.
problem with
Pope
what
Francis is representative
the
amongst
Pope's
you.
nuncio is
Cameroon
saying there
has become
is that
my home and
they
my
turn
passion.
their eyes the other way.
A temporary exhibit
Instead
here
of
features
looking at
Cameroonian
the
children's
person who is
wishes
perpetrating
for
the
peace.
violence and
This
preventing
photographic
peace
exhibition was
from
produced by
happening
the
and
Piarist
preventing
fathers
children from going
with
to
photographer
school.
Emily Pina.
The church and the Catholic
One
Church,
child,
I mean
by
to
the name
say,
of
the
Peter,
nuncio
even
of the
says,
Pope,
living in peace
with
feels
all
good.
of their bishops
Just to wake
in
up
La République
and
du
go to
Cameroon
school
and
without
in
fear.
Ambazonia.
He was prevented
They
from going to
blind
school
their
because
eyes
of
from the
violence.
suffering of the people
Our
of
children
Ambazonia.
are our future.
All that they
Children
see,
suffer
the
the most when
absence
there
of
is
peace,
violence.
peace.
According to UNESCO,
I
over
have not heard
250
the Catholic
million
Church
children worldwide
nor
are
the
prevented from
representative, the
attending
direct
school because of
representative of the Pope,
conflicts
the
and violence.
nuncio here,
According
talk
to the World
about the
Bank,
need
over
for the Cameroon
17,500
government to
children
sit
in
down,
Cameroon
talk
are
peace.
prevented from attending school.
They have not.
Primarily in the regions of the
Yet.
Northwest,
Now,
Southwest,
do you know
and
why
far
at this
north.
moment they are talking about
Millions of
education for the
children's
kids?
futures are destroyed.
Because the Catholic
Violence
Church is
is
losing
never justified.
millions in
Violence
revenue
comes from
the schools they operate in Ambazonia.
and only
It is not
peace
about peace.
comes from God.
It is about what they are losing.
Violence is
The
not
money,
justified. Not
the
on
money
Sundays,
that the
not-
Catholic Church
not on
is
Mondays
missing out
or
there
any
from
other
school
day of the
fees.
week.
Because many of the
This
schools they
month of
operated,
September
they no longer
does
exist.
not
They have
prevent
turned
children
into
from going to school.
the buildings
Let us
have
free the
turned
children.
into forests.
Let us allow the
And so when
children
you
to
see the
build
bishop
the
coming here to
future.
talk about peace and the need for children
I
to
add
go
my
to school,
voice
it is
to
not about these
countless
children. They care less
Cameroonians
about these children. If they
from
cared
all walks
about
of
the
life,
children, they will be
north,
prevailing
south,
on La
east,
République du
west,
Cameroon to
not least
create
the
the
voices of the
environment
Catholic
necessary
bishops of
for these
Cameroon,
children to
who
go
work
to school.
tirelessly to
Let
good
me assure
and
the bishop
beautiful.
and whosoever is behind him that
Violence
we
is never
will do
justified.
everything, whatever
Only
that we can
peace
do,
is
if we
the
can
way
shut
of the
down
future.
every La République operated school in
This month of
Ambazonia,
September,
we will do
please,
everything
let
to
the
shut
children attend
them
school.
down. Why
together,
can't the
let us
bishop be
work for
honest to
peace.
say
Thank you.
some
God
schools, they own Sacred Heart, they
Peace
own Seat
and
of Wisdom,
greetings
they
from the
own so
Apostolic
many,
Nunciature.
I mean
I am
Our
the
Lady of
Apostolic
Lourdes,
Nuncio
they
in
own, is it
Cameroon.
St. Francis,
Pope Francis
no, not
is
St. Francis,
representative amongst
Bojongo, Bishop
Cameroon
Rogan, they own
has
all these
become
schools.
my
Have
home
these schools
and
not
my
been
passion.
going on? These schools have been
temporary
going on.
exhibit
They have been open for
here
all these
features
years.
Cameroonian children
Yet this guy
wishes for
comes and
peace.
stands on the social
This
media to
photographic
tell the world
exhibition
that
was
schools
produced by
are
the
not going
Piarist
on.
fathers
He is a
with
liar
photographer
and
Emily
should not,
Pina.
nobody should take him or take his
One
church
child
really,
by
really
the name of
seriously.
Peter.
We have
Violence
even seen images
never
where
justified.
some Catholic churches set up
Violence comes from evil.
registration stations for people to
Peace
go and register for
only
Cameroon's
peace
elections
comes from
in
God.
Ambazonia.
Violence
in the
is
midst
not
of
justified.
war.
Not on
These
Sundays,
people
not-
say
not
nothing
on
about
Mondays
that.
or any other day of the
But they
week.
come, they want
This
they want
month
to
of
preach
September,
about peace to us.
Let us not
They
prevent children
left
from
to the
going
Catholic
to school.
Church, and Ambazonia
Let
should
us
just
free the children.
forget. Lay down your arms,
Allow
put
the
your
children
hands on
to
your head,
build
and
the
turn your
future.
backs and walk back and surrender yourself.
I add
That is
my
what they
voice
will love to
to
see.
countless
That is what the Catholic Church
Cameroonians
would like to see. I don't
from
know
all
what kind
walks
of
of life,
Ambazonians go to that
north,
Catholic
south,
Church.
from east,
I think they
west,
should stay
not
away
least
from the
voices of
Catholic
Catholic
Church.
bishops of
For a
Cameroon
church
who work
that
tirelessly
doesn't
to
care
build the
about your
future.
future, for a
Nelson
church
Mandela
that
once
doesn't
said,
care about your
"Educating
freedoms and
all
your
our
liberties
children
and your
must be
independence,
one of our
why
most
sit
urgent
under them? What are you
priorities.
listening to them?
We all
Why are you
know
listening
that
to them?
educating
The
more than
Catholic Church is
anything
big
else
enough and powerful
improves
enough
our
to
chances
walk to the
of
presidency
building
in
a
Yaoundé
better
and say, listen,
Pope Francis.
You have to sit down
reminds us
and
that
talk
the
with these
mission
people.
of schools and teachers
Freedom
to
is not
develop
given.
understanding of
If they think
all
that
is true,
we are going to walk
good,
away or
and
hope that it will be
beautiful.
given to us, no,
Dear
it will not.
friends,
We know it will not be
violence
given to us.
is
We
never
have to
justified.
fight for it, and you
Only
cannot
peace
persuade
is
us
the
from
way
stopping
of
the
the future.
fight. Your rule should be to
This
go
month
to
of
La
September,
République du Cameroon and
please,
go to their
let the
ministers and
children
their leaders
attend
and tell
school,
them, listen,
and together,
listen, it
let
is
us
your
work for
place.
peace.
You are the state
Thank you.
party.
God
It is
bless.
your place to call for a truce, to call for a ceasefire.
Peace.
By
Greetings
calling for
from the Apostolic
negotiation.
Messenger.
Call it, give
I
it
am
in a
the
name,
Apostolic
whether
Nuncio
dialogue or
in
negotiation
Cameroon.
or
Pope Francis is representative amongst
what
you.
was the that
Cameroon
thing in Yaoundé
has
again?
become my home,
Call it in a
my
name.
passion.
It should be the role of the
temporary
church
exhibit
to speak
here
truth to
features
power
Cameroonian children
in La République du
wishes
Cameroon.
for peace.
But instead of speaking truth
This
to power, they
photographic
take to the
exhibition
social
was
media
produced
and
by
they're
the
peace,
Piarist fathers
peace,
with
peace.
photographer Emily
This reverend gentleman should know, even the
One
Bible that he
child
preaches
by
says
the name
there is
of
no
Peter
peace for the
even
wicked.
says, living in
And as
peace
far as I
is
know,
good.
the
Just
leadership
to
and the
wake
regime
up
in
and
Yaoundé
go
is a
to
wicked
school without
regime.
fear.
And if you
Be
favor them and
prevented from
preach the
going to
gospel
school
according to their
because of violence.
Bible, you are one of them.
Our
You're supporting
children
them.
are
So,
our
sir,
future.
we have picked up
Children
arms
suffer the
to
most when
defend
there is
our
violence.
rights and fight for our freedoms.
According
And you
to
can sing
UNESCO,
peace and
over
peace and
250
peace
million
for
children
another 8
worldwide
years.
are prevented
We've
from
gone too
attending
far to
school
think that
because of
peace alone
conflict
is a solution.
and violence.
Justice is the solution.
to the World
And when we
Bank,
get justice,
over
the day you are able to
17,500
persuade
children
La
in
République du
Cameroon
Cameroon to sit down
are
and
prevented
discuss
from attending
justice.
school, primarily
That is the only
in the
moment.
regions of the
So, my country people, them, when I don't hear that high degree of frustration from Chris Anu, somebody where it be totally irrelevant, and I will can show you more evidence as to how irrelevant Chris Anu it be later on for this live broadcast, my country people. And so, is that by calling the bishop when at the Pope, a representative inside Yaoundé, say Ibina a liar. Hi, like I don't tell una before, ambassador terrorists they be uniquely stupid for the level where they don't even know. I don't think so they even be capable of making friends. And for una, I know say when I would tell me say, countryman, thank you for wasting your energy listening to this kind of idiot, cutting the video to come and sensitize una. You are welcome. That's some of the things I do on your behalf so that you don't have to do it, because it is literally mind numbing to listen to this kind of idiots that speak like Chris Anu. So Chris Anu go on for talk say the Catholic Church now their enemy, the bishop na liar. And listen, first of all, the only thing where the apostolic nuncio for Yaoundé, it talk and say the children want to go back to school. The children want to go back to school. We want the situation where Pekin they go back for school. But just based on that statement, all the Amber terrorists they feel attacked. You know why? Because it be abundantly clear. Say not only the Amber terrorists they attack school picking them, attack picking their education, and I go can't explain them for now in painful detail. For example, the image where it there on the screen when I know I'm very well. Now the school attack where 10 Kobo it be attack school picking them for Ekondo Titi, kill picking them. And when I remember the attack will be happened to inside Kumba as well. Kumba school massacre them. So they know very well now why that way they feel so guilty whenever they talk anything about schools, because not only them, the Amber terrorists, they stop picking them, saying they no go school. So now why that way they come out on the defensive? Why on that thing? The only thing where the apostolic nuncio talk now, so they want me picking they go back for school. That's it. So me they make the situation conducive for picking them for go for school. And I will go come back, I will bring more information from now. Wait the American embassy for Yaoundé, Itokam. And this is just based on the threats, the way they come out from this September 2024, where the Amber terrorists, they threaten picking their school and their education, and they go ahead for start to implement them by killing, picking the way they want to go for school and disrupting activities them just for frustrate picking their education, nothing else. But why are they doing that? Because they hold Chris Anu Tokam, they hold that picking their education to ransom. They hold their education as a leverage, as a bargaining chip. say, oh, make Cameroon can dialogue with them, negotiate with them before they go let their own picking them go for school. Now, what is that way Chris Anu talk him? It talk him, but in a few different words. And for example, it talks say the bishop, they get the powers for walk to the presidency in Yaoundé and ask President Paul Biya to come and dialogue with them so that may peace it come back and picking the go back for school. You see the stupidity of the whole thing, and it backfire on them every single day. And now why that way they be so frustrated, because they be things that it go work if they hold picking their education to ransom. They want make the Cameroon government can't pay them the ransom for make the picking they go back for school, because they know say they don't represent the picking their interest. Now Cameroon government they represent that picking their interest. Them, the charlatans, them, the failures in life, the fake pastors, them, the shit no white blast in the diaspora, the Chris Anu, the Sako Ikome, Ayabacho Lucas, them, the Tapang, the Eric Tato, them, now idiots in the way they don't care about that picking them, whether they go school or not. They just use that picking their education, hold them to ransom, kill picking them, destroy schools and all of that, so that make Cameroon government, it can't give them money, it can't appease them. I will bring back more evidence before the end of this video, my contributor. So, it talks say they made a create a negotiation, call for negotiation or call for dialogue in order for them for release that picking them, made a fit go for school, because they know say not them they stop that picking them, made they not go for school. And like I talk, I will bring for now more evidence. But before I even bring for excuse me, but before I go bring una that evidence, because Chris Anu still get for can't talk for respond to which way the American embassy it put them out an official communique. It there on the screen. I will come read them for una in a second, and then we'll discuss more. And Chris Anu it will can give una a response as well to that, and then we will talk about that one. I want to explain one or two things for una. So, following those threats, where they be threatening school picking them, they threaten say lockdown and ghost town for the month of September for frustrate picking their school and education. Now, wait that way, it be prompt the apostolic nuncio to come put out this message in video, and now wait that way, it be prompt the American embassy for Yaoundé for put out this communique, and now wait that way, it forced the Amber terrorists now for come out now they be on the defensive. So when I look on our screen, I want for put for una some information then. Una just bear with me 1 second. I want to put some information on the screen for now for examine them. So if now look on the screen, now Reverend Bakwa Alfred, where he been murdered in Bamenda on the 4th of September 2024, just 3 days ago. We can't talk about that in a second. But before we come to that, I want to make una understand exactly say the picture where they on the screen right now. Those picking them now the real victims of ambassador terrorism and this. The education for this picking them now, they are fundamental human rights. And now why that way you get the apostolic nuncio, you get the American embassy, you get other people them, and including newspapers them. I go bring for now newspaper headlines them where they don't write about this thing as well, because people they don't join hands for make sure say this nonsense is stopped. When I see this picking the way they do on the screen, now the real victims and that of ambassador terrorism more than anyone else. This picking the way they be innocent. They just want the right for go for school when they are fundamental human right for get an education so that they could get a brighter future. Now, I want to make una look at this picture with there on the screen, my contributor. I beg you for stop even now for 5 seconds. Look at this picture with there on the screen. Look at those picking them. The ones the way they carry their school back, they go school, and the one way turn they look them. The one we turn they look them now street hawker where the worker sell one iron kucha and bonbon and wait where they sell them. Now so we don't turn anglophone picking them inside Douala, Yaoundé, Bafoussam, and all over the francophone zone. Anglophone picking them in the francophone zone today now street hawkers. Whether the workers sell bolombolo, they sell bonbon them, they sell iron sponge and other small things. Then at the end of the working day, they go run up and down on the streets for 8, 9, 10 hours for 12-year-old Pekin. They maybe go raise 1,000 francs for go give them. So that means they buy even a soap or chop for chop. This is what we have reduced the anglophone children to. Meanwhile, francophone Pekin they go them schools. They did them okay. Now compare this anglophone picking their future Make we wind forward 20 years from today. This 12-year-old, it could be 32 years old in 20 years' time. Your francophone counterparts, they would also be 32 or around that kind of age, between the age of 30 to 40, at the peak of their lives, productivity, where they go on for marriage, they go on for build house, buy properties, buy motor, send picking them for school as well. And then, they would be at the peak of their productivity for their lives. Where it could be the future for the anglophone picking them, where today now street hawkers inside francophone zone, but all francophone picking they go them school, where it could be at their respective futures. Then you see and say this, so whatever we will be call and say marginalization for 2015 and 2016, it's nothing compared to where it go come in the next 10 to 20 years. In the next 10 to 20 years, we're not going to even get picking the way they could be competent enough or qualified for even write concours. Whenever they launch concours inside country, for be whether a magistrate, for be whether a even teacher for ENS, for be even enter a RIC, external relations, or for do anything inside Cameroon, you go see and see this. So the percentage of Anglophones, the way they go even get the documents and the qualification for apply for that concours, it will already be a big disadvantage. Maybe for concours where 1,000 picking they go register, you could be lucky, say up to 80 of that picking they go be now from the Anglophone zone. Because of what way Anglophones they do for their picking them today for 2024. Now we stop what picking them, they no go school. Nobody a different person. Now we. And now why that way? When the apostolic nuncio can't talk, it only call for peace. Send me the leave picking them, they go school. Why the amber terrorists they feel attacked by that? Now because every person understands it. Now only them they stop picking them, they no go school. And I go bring for now more evidence. Now, when I go ask myself, say, but why they get this fixation on stopping picking them, they no go school? Two reasons the day for this 2024. The biggest one now because say they need that school picking them as child soldiers and recruits for their ambassador adventure inside bush, the kidnapping for ransom business. Now, typical example this is there on the screen. Of course, when I feel recognize that building in the background, now school campus, or at least it used to be a school campus for 2015, 2016. When Anglophones they start this nonsense, this particular school now for Bui. Anglophone picking the now where they be supposed for they in those classrooms that they study. No, they don't leave the building, it don't be dilapidated, and they don't turn the school picking them into ambassador terrorists and turn the school campuses them into ambassador terrorist hideouts. Now, the two reasons in that they use the students them as terrorists, armed terrorists, and they use the school buildings them as armed terrorist camps and hideouts in the bushes. That is the reason, one of the biggest reasons why, despite the international pressure where they come on them, they no want leave picking them when they go for school because of these two reasons. When I look on the screen, I continue for showing images and videos and pictures, evidence of everything what they talk on. Look on the screen. What does that tell you? Now, school picking them that inside their school uniform, but they hold guns. They did so now for school campus. Now, inside school campus. Now, wait this way, we don't turn the Anglophone zone into. We did this to ourselves. We not blame President Paul Biya for this. Look on the screen. I get more pictures. Now, their faces than that. I don't make them up. Someone wanna go identify this picking them. When I know them by name, their mommy, their papa, who's how they come out. I believe that this particular picking they come on and Libya, this particular one them. Whereas this one, the way they do on the screen, now for Bui. This camp, it will be, ma put the picture on the screen. Now the same school building that in the background. This one where he hold the gun to the left, it will be a so-called General Wolf for Bui. When no pity, it be Kumkumaisi, even before the no pity himself, the wipe and throw him. Now so-called General Wolf that to the left. His real name is been hands. Okay, so they don't turn the schools into terrorist hideouts, and they turn the school picking them into terrorists. Okay, now them that on the screen where at the display for now evidence of what they talk about. I don't make these things up. Are they just being the conscience of the Anglophone population? Now school campus that way they in. Now school uniforms and that way they wear them, but they carry guns. We did this to ourselves. We not blame President Paul Biya for this. So look at this picture once more on the screen. The few Anglophone picking where they don't run come out Anglophone zone because of Ambazonian terrorism. The day in the Francophone zone. They be now as street hawkers. Where it could be their future tomorrow. Their Francophone colleagues, they could get education. Some of them go travel abroad. Some of them go write concours. They could become divisional officers, magistrates. Some of them go enter politics. Some of them go run the country. While we the Anglophone picking them, we will remain the crime marginalization when now we don't cause them to ourselves. Knowing a stranger a come. Now look at that picking we did on the screen. Look at this picture, my country people. If it not go make you vex. That Pekin probably never even reached 17 years old. Now school Pekin that way supposed to be for school. Now school building that way they behind me. If I'm not mistaken, now school building that way they behind me or now some small market or something like that. But now in that way carry gun. It no first even get shoe for when I went and slippers. It never wash for like 1 week. It is smell. But it carry gun. We did this to ourselves. So now the good thing, the good news where I bring up for now. The good news, my contributor. Now say finally we'll get help from other places then. For example, look at this one, a newspaper article where it came out on the 11th of May 2023, just last year. And this front page is Sweet Me Go Past because in the beginning for 2017, when this thing we just started, one of the people, the way they promote Ambazonian terrorism go past, now the Anglophone journalists and people, the way they talk on media, for social media, for TV, for radio, and other media, you know, whether not conventional and legacy media or the modern social media, they will go to the talk amber terrorist propaganda nonsense. It emboldened the people there, emboldened the nonsense. So it don't reach level where now the amber terrorists they start to kill the same journalists because amber terrorists they don't get friends. Now, why do I want to see they started put these kind of things on the front pages? Now the journalists they don't turn their backs against the Ambazonian terrorism. Of course, they start to become now at least they start to report the reality of what really happened. And now why do I want to see newspaper articles them like this one's going to show now. This one now. And I need for thank and appreciate all the journalists them and the people the way that they do their best for make sure say they present news. But yes, we also need commentary and opinion where it be sound. Because for 2017-18, you will get people the way they will just talk say no, I just report that news. If Amber talks so, me too, I will go right and say Amber talks so. But you are in a position of power and responsibility where your own opinion counts. Imagine if for 2016-17, these journalists they will get this kind commentary and these kind headlines on their newspaper right from day one. And I totally understand. So many of them they will be threatened and they were attacked. Some of them were killed. I understand that. But imagine if they will start to write this kind of newspaper articles since 2016-17 for put sense for people their heads. Look at this commentary where they write down for the newspaper for municipal updates where they're on the left. It talks for Northwest and Southwest, schooling should triumph despite cowardly attacks. This one, it published last year, 2023, around September, October time, back to school time last year. And then for the one way it did on the right, it talks and says the Prime Minister uses sports to boost schooling and peace. Which is which way I don't always tell when I as well say this. So the intercartier, the way that it happened, the back to school campaigns, the way we do them, it is yielding fantastic results and fruits and way it bear. And when I feel see them, when it comes time for GCE result time, when I see I'm say year in, year out, would they get a higher and higher percentage of picking the way that they sit the GCE and GCE O levels and A level exams and their pass marks that they go up. So the situation is improving on a day-to-day basis. So, Mashona, another newspaper headlines them just recent times in the past literally few days then. Okay, look at this one 2 days ago, 5th of September 2024. The Guardian Post newspaper talks for 2024 to 2025 school year, no child in the Northwest or Southwest should stay at home. They are taking a position against this nonsense called school boycott. This position was not tenable for 2018-2017. That is the fact. Because of the threats the way they will get them, one, and also because they were complicit in spreading the Ambazona terrorist propaganda at that time. They were sympathetic to the Amba terrorist cause. That's the truth. Until the Amba terrorism, it bite them as this newspaper headline it talk about. Attack on journalists. When I see for the editorial, top right-hand corner for this newspaper front page for May 2023, the editorial talks the attack on journalists. So the Amba fighters have crossed the red line. So now the journalists are also fighting back. So now, una say, for example, this headline we did on the screen right now, you get the Guardian Post again daily. Now, the biggest anglophone newspaper, print newspaper in Cameroon. That's just a fact. Okay. So, una see this kind of headline. By this time now for 2023, they no fit ignore we because of the massive achievements and the impact we don't create. See, now they started write things and like say, as infighting over the succession of late no pity rages, the dreaded Amba General Shinarambo surrenders in Goketunja. They no get choice. They must print them on the front pages. And all of these things, then, it bring about sensitization, where it cause the Anglophones them in retrospect for think about what way they do them, for understand the reality of what way they actually happen, and not just the propaganda where the Amba terrorists they spread them. So now you get reputable, responsible sources, them newspaper journalists for print and also social media, radio, and other communication media that they can't talk exactly what way they happen. Finally, rather than back in the days of 2017, 2016, where they be fear, said the Amba terrorists will attack them, or they will sympathize with the Amba terrorists. But whether will not be fear or not, Amba terrorists they still attack them. That's all. So now the B force but can't continue for they print the truth. Now look at this headline where they print them. They talk say ex-Amba fighter narrates how kidnapped Indian delegates were killed. So this story, it bring them to the fore, and they don't get choice, they must print them. Because of the fantastic work we don't do them in the background as well. So we don't compromise many of the Amba terrorists where they be pose a threat to the journalists, their lives. Now, one of the reasons that way they get down, they be emboldened for starting to print the reality of what way it happened. So, and then you get the same theme between this one where the toxin Rambo don't surrender, and this one where the toxic ex-Amba don't surrender from Jian. What is that also telling you? The Amba boys are dropping their guns on a daily basis. Now, when I remember last year for 1st of October 2023, I will do an elaborate, extensive 1 hour plus presentation just on the Amba terrorists. They don't compromise them, just the generals them on the 1st of October. 5 days later, on the 5th of October 2023, if I be talking 2021, I've been mistaken. I mean 2023. So the Guardian Post Daily, a copy which I'll be doing basically, and then it gives this headline for their print newspaper talks. They revisit over 150 Amba generals that have been wasted. Okay, they start with no pity picture. Oliver Lekiaka, Chacha, Ivan Ba, Ayeke, Arke. And then they go on and on. They actually put their pictures and their names them at least 150 of the Amba generals them. So this one now, it demoralized Ambazona terrorists as well. Yes. So ma show another headlines. Look at these headlines now. Now this one will come out just a few years ago. I mean a few days ago, about 4 days ago, where they talk a senior United Nations official declares that the United Nations cannot grant Ambazonia independence. This one came out just a few days ago. And then look at the top right-hand corner for the editorial. The talks about it. Schools need more protection in the Northwest and Southwest region, but not just an editorial, an opinion. And they talk and say they need more protection. Protection from what? Go read them. They will tell you if you read the editorial. They will tell you, say, the protection now from Ambazonia terrorists, because not only them, they target schools in the Anglophone zone. Now look at these newspaper headlines as well. This year, this 2 days ago, where these ones they come out from Cameroon Echoes and Municipal Updates. Cameroon Echoes will be on the left. It talks for 2024 to 2025 academic year, clarion call from all sectors for effective resumption of schools in the Northwest and the Southwest region. Clarion call. Okay, so the newspapers are now, what I talk about, the Municipal Updates, Cameroon Echoes, to the Guardian Post Daily, and all the other newspapers are now, they be in line with the facts, education for these kingdom can no longer be held to ransom. We not be hold our own picking them hostage. And then look at municipal updates to the right. It talks about it. For their commentary, they talk about they are drumming school boycott, but educating their own children, unearthing the hypocrisy of the separatists. It talks about people they go there for America or for Europe. They educate their own people like Ebenezer Akwanga, like Tapang Ivo, where he himself go school. It goes school, it graduate this 2024. They go them school. They send their own picking for school, but for Cameroon, they hold their own picking their education to ransom. So make Cameroon government can't negotiate with them before they release when picking them. So now wait that way they talk about the clarion call. Okay, now look at this one. Now bear with me. Look at these newspaper headlines where they talk about after the apostolic nuncio for the Pope. Now the United States Embassy crusading for safe schools, massive attendance in the Northwest and the Southwest region. They post them for their front pages. No child in the Northwest and the Southwest should be left behind or should stay at home. And then we'll get the median. It talks the back to school lockdowns. It said the unending folly of anglophone separatists. Folly just mean the unending stupidity of the anglophone separatists when they use the Pekindia or hold the Pekindia education to ransom, hold the Pekindian hostages, say they don't go school until Cameroon government can negotiate or dialogue with we. It is an unending stupidity. First of all, it is counterproductive. It's counterproductive because it not go achieve your own aim. And then when I look at the bottom right for that same newspaper of the Median, they talk about, say, for Widikum in Momo Division, the Senator Francis, it provide books for school goers. So you get senators, you get parliamentarians, and I will bring one examples from Libya Alem as well. As one of the senators for Libya Alem, a day on the ground inside Libya Alem, promoting back to school. I will bring all of that evidence for Una for this live broadcast. Una bear with me, my conspiracy. So when I don't see all of that evidence, we are come up for presenting to Una. Now, when I look at 10 kobo where it be attack school for a condo titi, the same 10 kobo we don't compromise them, by the ways. We don't compromise them. So when I see why me at the show Una all these newspaper headlines like this, now because of the effective hard work where we don't put them for make sure say we don't compromise the amber terrorists and we don't sensitize the general public and they don't reach level where it be untenable. Anglophone population cannot take it anymore. Whether not print journalists, the American embassy, the Pope's representative, the what do they call him again? Apostolic nuncio for Yaoundé, and all of these people then they are coming out openly, publicly condemning this nonsense about school boycott. The Pekin they must go back for school. Children must go for school. Now, for Una way, Una want for hear more, I will provide Una the evidence. Una my contributor, Una bear with me 1 second. I will provide for Una the evidence. Una listen to this. This one now 2 years ago, exactly today. It was on the 7th of September 2000, and this video where it there on the screen right now with the plan for Una. Now, exactly on the 7th of September 2022, we did today, now the 7th of September 2024. When I listen to where the amber terrorists they talk, I'm just picking them, they be coming from FACO. When I listen, I control them, and then we'll talk after.
September, my 16 goes down. So I came in there. Welcome on my 14 and my 16. Under the leadership of Major General Sagat, like the unity of Grand Zero. I said the ghost town was by the unity of Grand Zero. That's why any poor ghost town again, we don't unite. Now we know the poor ghost town and as you put that stand. Any civil line no respect our ghost town, I'm saying no live for the land. What's the day? Where they there? Where they there? Where they there? Where they there? Bombo. Say you kill me there. We did on my 16. We come on my 14. We come on also go na boya. Na boya we go na also. I say unity warrior of Grand Zero na than this. Under the leadership of Major General Sagat. The intelligence force of stick on than this. Bombo, I said no government school. No government school. One only private school, community school. I mean, stand assaulted for 4th of October. 2 weeks ghost town, and my command said I'm saying with their body. 2 weeks ghost town, no be choice. 2 weeks ghost town, no be choice. And my command open up my body now. Hutu. Bombo, bombo, bombo. Say kill me there. I'm my sister there so. I kill me na complex all day. Bombo, I'm my sister in the ghost town, all places lock. The intelligence force of Tico. The unity warrior of Gazero. Now Gazero put the ghost down. I said Gazero don't unite, Bombo. No ghost down take again for one man country people them. If I ask them when I come place no day. Now Gazero not put ghost down. I said if I ask them when I come place no day. When I know we put ghost down respect, I know one day why I don't shake. I said no be choice. No be choice. Second day. Bombo, bombo. Second, first time no be choice. Oh yeah. As a bomb. Extremely. Where they? Bombo. Bombo, it don't end. Bombo. Again. The unity warrior of Ganzero.
Yes, this is Ambazonia Unity Force, the defense force of Fako Meme. Everybody don't unite. So now stand. We come for the whole road to the ghost stand on the 6th of September. So don't tell the public government say now we get the roads and all will they fine. We don't decide say today for the road. And my way fuck, you get the deal.
Okay, my country people them, I go spare una for that level of stupidity. When I get road when a Cameroon government Taram and Cameroon military in position, not there for that road. When I don't know what's where the gendarmes their gendarmerie brigade day, or what's where the army barrack day, or what's the divisional officer office day, when I don't know, or now because I know if you read when I know if you read the signs where they write them on top of the building. Then at the level of stupidity and illiteracy, this way anglophones they display them on the international stage on a daily basis. This is it. So now just one of those videos in this way, hundreds a day way. If una listen to the words now, why that way I leave the video, make it play small, make una hear what they talk about. They talk say they threaten now the anglophone civilian population, not the Cameroon military. Say any civilian will come out for outside, they go kill them. And wait till they also talk. See how they destroy their own communities then. They also talk say now the ground zero command, it don't call the so-called lockdown or whatever. So they don't listen to these idiots in the diaspora anymore. Listen to the Pekin as they talk. We're not going to understand. Okay. Now, before I can play for now the events the way they happened recently for this 2024 September, because yes, they don't already go ahead for kill people in order for intimidate people, then for stay home, for no send picking them for school and all of those things. Then, as usual, they have already done that. And one of the reasons that way it prompt the apostolic nuncio for Yaoundé for come outside make a statement, and the American embassy and other people then for come out to make statements about this nonsense. So before I go to that, I want people now listen to the, because when for this video when I hear they talk about now the beginning for Sagat. When I listen to the so-called Sagat himself, make it talk. When I hear what we go talk, and he go talk specifically about schools them. And now why this way? Whenever some person talks, they make the beginning go school. And that terrorists, they feel attacked just by that statement. Say, let children go back to school because they understand. Say, now them, they hold picking their education hostage. They hold the picking their education to ransom. And by any person saying, maybe they go for school, it means say, you know, want may they collect their ransom because the one Cameroon government can't give them concessions or whatever, can't dialogue, negotiate with them before they feel allow their own anglophone picking them, may they go for school. When I listen to the so-called Sagat,
the 1st October 20, Ambazonia celebrate independence. And today I give a warning for all Ambazonians. No school in Ambazonia. No school for Southern Cameroon. Any student, any teacher, any who will catch them as any office for La Republic of Ambazonia. in southern Cameroon land. Any man will take 5 francs. Say fighter, I take 25 for any man. I will kill him personally. As I catch you, kill you.
Bam.
So no school no dey open, and it start from Tiko, Boya, and Limbe. I do the insights. No finish for Moyoka, Ekona, Munya. So the standard from Boya, Tiko, Limbe. Any student we want try, any principal or any teacher, he go see him. Only cash you take money. But yes, some man cash, some teacher, he take 25 at the kill you. As I cash you kill you. Any work of the Republic inside southern Cameroon land, as I don't deserve to kill we. As they cash you, they kill you.
So when I don't hear what way Sagat come on for talk, I hope so that one be clear. It no talk and mince words, it no lie, it just tell una hold her. Say wait, they go catch students, teachers, and principals, and when they catch and they go do it to kill them. It no sugarcoat the words, it no mean some, it talk them. You target no be na Cameroon military as they hold that gun them. So that gun them no be na for Cameroon military, no be na for President Paul Biya. No, that gun the way they hold and so it's na for who? Principal, teacher, students. And that picking the way they hold that gun the way they should not behind it. So now students them, now picking and look at their faces them, now picking them. Not telling the good news. The majority of this picking the way they did for the video or where they make noise for the previous video, we don't already kill them. And now why that when I see the journalists they come out today, they fit talk boldly, they fit print and write because most of the picking the way they be threatening their life, we don't already kill them. So now I contribute them for understand the ambassador terrorists, their stance on education when I watch and listen to this video.
Now the part I want away, any man would watch me after the video, me call the particular part by part distributor. Starting with, we have said there is no school. In the next show, we'll calibrate the focus of the no school issue for people to understand that when we say no school, mean no school. And actions have been taken. I don't want to say a lot of things here about the no school issue because this time I will act more. You'll see something. You will see something. You will know why they call me Gary Master. I take the personal initiative. Gary go day for one finger for picking the hand where they won't go school for any part of Southern Cameroon because when we take this school issue to the Republic, so for Southern Cameroon not be having job. So if you listen me, send them down for any mommy say if I see anything for school, if I see anything for school, I you know what I very possessive. So I take the responsibility. Man, every step of coding anywhere. I will teach the Peking how to teach Gary. I will teach you. I will give Gary lesson. Nonsense. When I think of the for joke, when the key people that can't talk about school, no school, no. That is it. See, listen. Not Mr. Man, LeBron, Steve. Not tell me no. Any Peking go me the Gary the Peking. In fact, I don't move from one finger to the entire hand. If any Peking go there, Gary one hand. Gary one hand. Nonsense. When I think of the general joke. One thing I know correct, in fact, the boss Steve, I don't beg, I don't change my mind. Now one hand now. Any picture go there for school, give Gary for his whole hand. The whole hand, put Gary there. So that when go have mommy asking away, mommy have to make Gary. Now Gary do me so, the people will understand. The other one will get the message, no man will go straight in. Nonsense. When I feel the joke, shit. When I go to school,
don't kill a military. If the military attack you, kill him. If the military doesn't attack you, don't touch it. Some of them, they don't want to do it, but their lives are on hanging bars. People you need to touch, I'm sorry to say this, is the civilian population. When you touch them, their cries, especially the families of those who are in government, if you know any of them, you touch them, that is where it hurts. They are the ones. This video, after this, you will not see this video online. I'm just saying it now so you can hear. But after this, you will not see this video online. Because what I've spoken, some things are not supposed to be spoken online for everybody to hear. So after this video, some of you are watching me, you will not see it online. I will keep it for myself. and for the future. So after this, you will not see this video. But I've told you all, go back to the counties, radicalize the boys, tell them if they see the military coming, they should not be wasting their granates.
So my country people, them when I don't hear that, and I hope say it be abundantly clear. Now the stance of the Amber terrorists that as far as picking their school, it be concerned. They hold the picking their education to ransom. Now, make we go back to the origin of this ambassador nonsense. Make we understand that I go play Ayuk Tabe your own message. You go explain about this school boycott nonsense. This one too now exactly 7 years ago, on the 7th of September, 2017, where Ayuk Tabe if you talk this one. Una listen.
Fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Ambazonians, my name is Ayuk Tabe. I am the chairman of the Governing Council. And I come to you this evening to greet you, to thank you. We know that we have come to a turning point in our struggle for the restoration of the independence of Southern Cameroon, for the restoration of the independence of Ambazonia. My brothers and sisters, I come before you today because on this day, we find ourselves at the same place we were on the 8th of January 2017. On that day, while the government was sending people, ministers and directors to go back to our region and to bribe people so that they should send their children to school, our parents decided that school would not open on the 9th of January. History is about to repeat itself. Today, we are faced with a situation where our parents have decided that children will not go to school. Unlike the situation in January, today the government has sent its military forces. We have military men clearing secondary school campuses, and we know that they are preparing everything in their powers to force our children to go to schools. We are reminding our soldiers, the soldiers of the Republic of Cameroon, we have seen them going to secondary schools to clear those schools, to prepare those schools for the return of school tomorrow. Not only do we know that schools will not start tomorrow, we are asking the military people of Cameroon what right they have to enter into schools and prepare schools for school resumption. This is the first year in the history of this nation where we have had military people. We watched them on video shamelessly saying that even asking themselves why they are in those schools clearing, particularly about tomorrow. We not only as the governing council said that there will be no schools.
Businesses will not open, taxis, banks again, nobody will work, schools will not open, parents should not send their kids to school.
It was rumored that the teachers' trade unions have received a bribe, and the consortium took this opportunity to clear the air.
Professor, what's his name again? Gogomo. I want to inform Anglophone Cameroon that Professor Gogomo was a teacher in GTHS Bamenda before he went back to school and got to become a professor, and that he has desecrated professorship, and that he would not address justice, he would not address issues of injustice, shows that he is doing everything to protect his position as a privileged slave in this country. By Monday, we will know whether Yaoundé controls Anglophone Cameroon or we control our country, because they are doling out huge sums of money that people won't be able to go to. The issues that we have raised are community issues, and everybody has an interest. That's why everybody is coming on board, putting their own contributions. After Monday, we will think of what else to do that would bring this government down on its knees, if by Monday we don't see them crawling and creeping.
My country people them. That last video where when I just come up for watch am so, when this video where Tassan Wilfred it talk about how they go make Cameroon government crawl. I call them say the supreme arrogance and stupidity of Anglophones. What's that Tassan Wilfred day today? Yes, actually talk and say they are doling out huge sums of money. And before this video, wait, Ayuk Tabe talk for this video. Ayuk Tabe talk say for January 2017, the government was bribing people to send their children to school. Yes. And Ayuk Tabe record this video now on the 7th of September 2017, where it talks say the military are clearing schools preparing schools for resumption. Now the efforts then that where the Cameroon government will go to for put sense for the Anglophone population their head, say wait we wanna be about for Duam, it be detrimental to una own development, to una selves. But the Anglophones they talk say no, we over get sense, we over sabi, we go stop our own picking, and no go school, we go hold our own picking their education to ransom. So that mean President Paul Biya come up for your own day, as Tassan Wilfred talk, can crawl. If this government, if by Monday, this government is not crawling, yes, we go stop ourselves, make we no go school, stop our picking them, make them not get education, for force Paul Biya, make and crawl for our front. Supreme arrogance and stupidity of Anglophones. So na Ayuk Tabe Dari they confess them. How where you know what? I go play them again. Make una hear Ayuk Tabe. Maybe if na hear them a second time, it go make a little bit more sense. When I hear what we talk, it talks say Cameroon government is sending ministers them. They come for Bamenda for 2017, bribing people to send their children to school. Now for 2024, now the people that they beg Cameroon government for my own division, will come out for Bombo, people they come out from Bengui, they go clear school, what are not GTHS, now what do they call them? Clear the school, they beg the authorities and say, me they bring back that school where it be come out from Bengui, go for Bamenda. Once the way the school they don't come out from Bamenda, go for Yaoundé, they come out from Anglophone zone, go for Francophone zone. They go beg the Cameroon government, say, I beg when I bring back our school because now here be the impact to our economy, it be the impact to our development and all of those things. Then now that the Anglophone population in their infinite stupidity, they don't destroy themselves, they don't turn back, they look at now, they say, Chai will be dolo. Now they go beg the same Cameroon government where they be want make a crawl. They beg and say, come back, I beg. I go play this video again. Make una hear fine as Ayuk Tabe go tell una. For 2017, President Paul Biya be send people them for come beg them. Beg them, not beg them. Say, don't do this to yourselves. Don't stop your own children from going to school. They send gendarmes for go clear the schools them, prepare schools them for effective school resumption. Now the Anglophone people them, Anglophone parents, mommy and papa them, they beat their picking them, say they don't go school. And then some of that school picking them, now them they burn the schools them. Some of that school picking them, now them carry guns go for bush today. So now one of the things that this way, if you know the dynamic of what way they happen, you're not supposed to feel sorry for Anglophones. We thoroughly deserve which way we get them today. As a matter of fact, we work hard. We work really hard. Forget the ambassador terrorism. We worked hard. And when some person work that hard, it deserves for job. It deserves for enjoy the fruits of his labor, his sweat. And that's why whenever when I hear that they don't kill Anglophone for here, they don't catch one, go behead them, they don't catch Anglophone for ransom, all of those things. I've been numb. I don't feel me sorry again for Anglophones because we thoroughly deserve them. When I listen to Ayuk Tabe again, I will replay this video for una benefit. When I listen, Ayuk Tabe go explain for una the process which way Cameroon government go through for make Anglophone picking they go school. And when they go school, so for go give President Paul Biya something. If when I go school, go learn for better on our futures them. Instead, now Francophones they be supposed to for encourage una not for go school. If una be believe say they marginalize una, but instead, now the Francophones, the government, it send gendarmes, they clear una schools them so that when our kid they go school, but now we Anglophones them with our infinite stupidity and oversabi, we talk say no, we don't go wait for school. We go hold our own picking them hostage and their futures, then we go hold them to ransom. Maybe probably I can't pay we independence or negotiation or whatever before we send our own picking them for school. As a matter of fact, wait President Paul Biya do him. He just talks say these people are not serious. He arrest them, bundle them, or go lock them. Agbobala them, Tassan Wilfred, they run go Nigeria. They go catch him right from Nigeria. Ayuk Tabe and Tassan Wilfred. They now so they chop na gari for Kondengi. Left for me, they go sit down for they chop that gari for Kondengi till the day where they die. They dig shallow grave to them inside. When I listen to what Ayuk Tabe talk. When I listen.
My name is Ayuk Tabe. I am the chairman of the governing council. And I come to you this evening to greet you, to thank you. We know that we have come to a turning point in our struggle for the restoration of the independence of Southern Cameroon, for the restoration of the independence of Amazonia. My brothers and sisters, I come before you today because on this day, we find ourselves at the same place we were on the 8th of January 2017. On that day, while the government was sending people, ministers and directors to go back to our region and to bribe people so that they should send their children to school.
You hear what we talk now? Ayuk Tabe talk say, on that day in January 2017, the government was sending ministers to the Anglophone zone to bribe our people to send their children to school. They get to pay you, bribe you, not bribe them. I need to talk for you don't see nothing wrong with that. For ye at that time, they're in position of power because they can't beg we. They're like 2-year-old Pekin where it denies say no good chop. Because they don't take away a ball on bolo where they play with them. It denies say no good chop. So now you the papa for Pekin get for beggy, they make it chop. Because if you know chop, now you go worry, no be ye. If you know chop, if the chop now for put the chop now for ye belly or no be my own. Now me I go work the chop. Now me I can cook them, prepare them, all you own now for open mob, take and chop, then enjoy and then grow. It deny you for chop. 2-year-old Pekin. Anglophones they behave like 2-year-old Pekin them. They throw a tantrum. Cameroon ministers were sending, the government was sending ministers to come and bribe our people. I need to talk and they proud, saying a good thing they don't achieve them, they don't do them, they don't show them. They don't show them, say we no go send we were picking for school. Now, what are we as they tell and say, where? So mommy, time I start do this activism for 2019, then mommy call me, cry for phone. It's a continue, man. You don't know what you don't do for my life. Now me, I move my hand, I knock my Pekin, say it go school. Say me come on for school. Other Pekin they should run for house, say me will get independence. It go school, say wait. Now that mommy beat the Pekin, move on for school. It say a Pekin should run for house, 1 academic year can pass. 2 academic year can pass. By number 3 academic year. Now you go find money, pay 10 times as much as it be the pay for Bamenda. It send the Pekin for Yaoundé, may go study for them because it one turn round, it look am. That Pekin is schoolmate them, where they be there together, where their papa, they be get sense, they send their Pekin for Bafoussam, for Francophone zone, time with this nonsense start. Even for that same Bamenda, some Pekin they continue for the Golden School since 2017. Some schools they never ever close, Our Lady of Lords. And some other schools where they in Bamenda Central Town, they never ever close. Those Pekin where they be Golden School, they graduate them, they get their O level, they get their advanced level. Before other Pekin, the other parents, they want turn eye, they want shake the turn look. 2 years don't pass, 3 years they come. Other Pekin, the way when you are Pekin, they're the same age with them, they don't get advanced level. They write concours now, but your Pekin never get O level because they use yourself move your own Pekin for school. If not get Pekin, Bobby don't start come out, it don't start follow man Pekin, then you start fear, say go carry belly. What do you do now? They start to scramble. That Pekin don't lost 2 years for their life. It don't lost number 3 years. So one they don't lost now 6-7 years today. Oka Nasri Clovis now another example. Now today now we don't send him for school, go get O level, get advanced level, 9-day university. Maybe if we don't they work 2 years up, you understand, because of ambassador terrorism. So now Ayuk Tabe that it don't talk on here, and then when I hear this supreme arrogance. When I hear time where they stop people, they don't go school. Now Anglophones they do this for themselves. When I hear Agbobala Tasang Wilfred them, they go talk. Now 2017 this.
Themselves why they are in those schools clearing. Particularly about tomorrow. We not only as the governing council said that there will be no schools.
Businesses will not open, taxis, Benz again, nobody will work, schools will not open. Parents should not send their kids to school.
It was rumored that the teachers' trade unions have received a bribe, and the consortium took this opportunity to clear the air.
Professor, what's his name again? Gogomo. I want to inform Anglophone Cameroon that Professor Gogomo was a teacher in GTHS Bamenda before he went back to school and got to become a professor, and that he has desecrated professorship, and that he would not address justice, he will not address issues of injustice, shows that he is doing everything to protect his position as a privileged slave in this country. by Monday, we will know whether Yaoundé controls Anglophone Cameroon or we control our country, because they are doling out huge sums of money that people won't be able to go to. The issues that we have raised are...
When I hear what you talk now, the way they are doling out huge sums of money. Cameroon government be literally come for Bamenda, come for Anglophone zone. Can they beg these people then? Bribe them, now bribe themselves. They may they not ruin the futures for this picking them. They bribe them, they beg them. And at that time, the only leverage where they be get them now for hold Anglophone picking their education to ransom. That's the only leverage they had. For hold these picking them. When I look on the screen, these picking them, their futures them, hold them to ransom. This one them. Innocent picking them, hold their futures to ransom. So maybe they can't bribe them, maybe they can't give them money. Now wait till this way, don't turn the Anglophone picking them into street hawkers inside Francophone zone. Now they're picking them that, where they be talking, maybe picking them no go school. And the infinite stupidity of the Anglophones them. Even if you get some policy, say, you want to talk, say, you want for stop schools or whatever, or you want you for use them for make a political point. But you don't give an end point, or you don't articulate the point. You know, articulate and say, this is a temporal measure. We will reevaluate this position in 1 year's time or in 2 years' time. And in 2 years' time, we expect every child to go back to school, regardless of the position. No, they don't be talking. So they just talk, say, or like, when I remember the example, I don't get for 2-year-old picking now, so Anglophones, they act stupidity. Anglophone man, if they like 2-year-old picking, we go take a pass, it go stop for breathe until you give back your bolo. So he hold the breath, he not go breathe. He not go breathe, he not go breathe. He hold the breath. He say, I not go breathe me until my papa give me my bolo, I not go breathe. Hey, my people perish. Now they picking and that way when I be stop them, they don't go school. Now them that. Now school campus that for their back. And now the pens and paper, then that way they hold them now. They don't go swap the pens and papers into AK-47 and at the school campus then that. When I blame Paul BMI here. Now the school picking and that. When I blame Paul BMI here. Now school that behind them. Now the school picking and that. When I blame Paul BMI here. Time when Paul BMI become beg when I bribe them. So when I stop this nonsense now, when I say when I go suffer the consequences, they know Anglophone man get cents, 99 cents, bangwa. So talking about that, when I listen to this, my contributor, when I listen to this one, it go articulate the position of the Anglophones then for 2017-18 with regards to this school boycott.
I want to give you 4 major reasons why schools in Southern Cameroon must not resume in September 2017. Number 1, if schools resume in September 2017, it means those who died during the peaceful protest for the freedom of the people of Southern Cameroon, they died in vain. It means their death cannot be vindicated. Now, I want you to know that it is a right of every child to be educated. But the most fundamental right of every child and every human is the right to live, the right to be free, the right to express themselves. These 3 rights were refused us, and La République cannot claim that the right to education is more superior to the right to live, to the right to be free, and to the right to express ourselves. If we go to school in 2017 September, we have betrayed the cause for which people have died. And I want to let you know that the parents of those who lost their life will not forgive any parent. They will not forgive any student who goes to school in September 2017 in the Southern Cameroons. It is the highest form of betrayal. A man went to the street to lay down his life for your living, for your freedom, for your liberation. And after the person died for you, you betrayed the person. That is an offense that even posterity will never forgive. Number 2 reason why schools must not resume in the southern Cameroon September 2017 is that if schools resume, those who were illegally arrested and have been kept under detention for months in Boya, in Bamenda, in Yaoundé, everywhere, they will never be free. It is your civil disobedience that will cause the government of La République to free them from prison. I can assure you, if you go to school September 2017, Aya Paul Abine will never be free from prison. Mancho Bibixi will never be free from prison. Agobala will never be free from prison. Niba Fontaine will never be free from prison. And all those who fought for this cause who are in prison today, they will rotten in prison. So you have the keys for their freedom. It is your social disobedience, boycotting going to school, that will compel La République to freedom. Number 3 reasons why school must not resume in September 2017 is that if schools resume and you go to school, those of us who are in exile like Tassan Wilfred, Eyambe Elias, and many others, they will never have the opportunity to return back to motherland. It means you have sentenced them to exile for life. That is the highest form of wickedness. For Christ's sake, Barrister Yambe fought for you. Tassan Wilfred fought for you. Why do you choose to betray them at this crucial moment? It is your responsibility to also fight for them by boycotting all the school resumption plans of La République, not to go to school until our freedom comes. Now, number 4 reasons why schools must not resume in southern Cameroon September 2017 is that international community, they are waiting for the final boycott of schools this year so that our independence can be announced. You have the keys of the independence of southern Cameroon. If you refuse to go to school this year, do you know the signal you are giving to the world? That we refused to go to school last year. It means we meant business. We have refused this year. It means we are no longer interested in that marriage. Therefore, there is no other thing the international community will do other than ordering for our total independence to be restored. You have the keys of the destiny of Southern Cameroon. Sir, I speak to parents. Your personal satisfaction cannot be compared to the satisfaction of the people of Southern Cameroon. The satisfaction of your child or your children that you intend to send to school cannot be compared. The right of your child or your children cannot be compared to the right of the whole people of Southern Cameroon. So it is only your civil disobedience that will facilitate our entering Boya October 2017. Now, I want you to take note of this. You will go to school this academic year, but it shall not be under La République du Cameroon. It shall be under the Southern Cameroons. And as soon as we get our independence in October 2017, a new academic year shall be announced, which in no distant time from October, all of you shall have a better education and there shall be resumption. And those of you who wasted your money to pay school fees last year and never went to school, you shall be compensated. There will be a lot of scholarships for you all. Please, whatever worth having, worth waiting. If you cannot sacrifice something for the freedom of Southern Cameroons, you may be considered as the greatest betrayer, as the greatest traitor.
The greatest betrayal, the greatest traitor. My country people them. So when I don't hear not the level of propaganda by charlatans and fake pastors and snake oil salesmen and all of this kind of nonsense where they go on, but they fill the ears of Anglophones for 2016, 2017. This is the reason why we are where we are today, my country people them. What is come and Congo come up for talk? Ma just, you know, ma analyze just a few of the things that we come up for talk. It's a education is a right, but the right to life it be more important. The question is now who will threaten the students their life? You understand? The reason why they talk so now because them, the ambassador terrorists, they threaten any Pekin where it go for school. Case in point, the Kumba school massacre and the Ekondo Titi school massacre where they on the screens for una. Now, why that way they talk so? Say education is a right, but what will be more important now your life. No person for Cameroon government don't ever threaten no student in life. As a matter of fact, for this same rant where this idiot it come on for rant, it go on for talk say they want to frustrate the school resumption plans of Cameroon. For tell una say at that time, now Cameroon government be get a vested interest, or at least now Cameroon government it be want say make school resume effectively. So now them be want for frustrate school resumption. So now them be threaten teachers and principals and students their lives. Case in point, the video where I just come out for show now when I sagad if they talk them hold her openly. And no mean say they hide them, they talk them. So when they talk about say education is a right, but the right to life now because they threaten Anglophone civilians and students their lives. Second point, we talk now, going to school is a betrayal. So you go betray the people the way they don't arrest them, they don't lock them. It go on for talk, say if schools resume, people the way they don't arrest them, they no go ever free them, like the Aya Paul Abine. So basically, what we talk now, say, may they hold, they begin their education to ransom. Now, exactly what that mean. Talk say, make us stop what Pekin and no go school, threaten them at gunpoint, threaten for kill them, and as a matter of fact, kill some of them, so that make Cameroon government it can negotiate with we, make it release people the way they did for prison. It give another example, say Mancho BBC. As a matter of fact, Mancho BBC is still there prison. So for una Anglophones them over Sabi, over Sense, Mancho BBC is still there prison and it go there prison for another 1 decade, 2 decades. No sending your picking for school all that time, yeah. Hold on, leave them. The wait for use your own picking education as leverage or ransom. Say make Cameroon government release Mancho BBC before you send your own picking for school. They're like 2-year-old, we don't deny for breathe. It talks say go hold the breath. It no go breathe until you pagi back the ball where they play with them. No breathe. No breathe, leave them until they move Mancho BBC from Qatar. And then they go on for talk, say the ones where they in exile, like Tassang Wilfred, they no go ever come back home if Pekin they go back for school. So they will hold that Pekin their education to ransom. Your leverage, now say you go stop your own Pekin and they no go school in order for Cameroon government for enter into dialogue and negotiation with una. And if they don't enter into dialogue and negotiation as they talk, say until independence, before una go send una own Pekin for school. How market pass? How market pass? So when I see the level of stupidity where our people then, Anglophones, they display them on a daily basis, on the international scene, the stupidity. Oh. And then they go on for talk about the international community. He said if they just hold their Pekin, stop them in the no-go school, the international community will come and the independence will be announced. And then to top it up, it talks today, so they go give scholarships. No worry, if you be pay your school fees last year and you no go school, or when I never go school, where when I never go school this year, no worry. Ambazonia is a land of milk and honey. We could just give una scholarships. Independence they come just for October 2027. Independence they come, and when independence come, now we will run the school year. As a matter of fact, they will run some propaganda. They talk say UNICEF and UNESCO. They no go. I go ban the school year. They go wipe the school year. Me no man no go school. They be use all kind tricks. Snake oil salesmen. All these fake pastors, charlatans, wonder foolish international idiots, they become out, convince the poorly educated Anglophone population on the ground, and are why that way many of those people they don't be send their picking for school. Anglophones they be willingly, deliberately decide for use their own picking their education as leverage, hold their own picking them to ransom. Say me President probably I can't give them something before they send their own picking for school. Now, why that I talk say, don't cry for Anglophones. We deserve everything where we get them as far as ambassador terrorism be concerned. The few people, the way they be want talk, where they be try to bring in some sense, they threaten them, they kill them, they ostracize them, they drive them out of the communities, and only this kind of idiots, the charlatans, the nincompoops, the poorly educated, the loudmouth, brainless idiots. Now then we get the microphones. They be there for Facebook. They're there for Equinox TV, My Media Prime. They're there everywhere, ranting and spewing all this kind of nonsense. And now why that way it be so refreshing for 2024 when we start to see these kind of headlines where they do on the screen. Cameroon echoes. It talks for this 2024 to 2025 academic year, clarion call for all Anglophone picking for go for school. This clarion call it come out from all sectors for effective resumption of schools in the Northwest and the Southwest. And then you get this one, the Apostolic Nuncio come out talk, and the U.S. Embassy to come out to talk, the crusade for safe schools and a massive attendance in the Northwest and the Southwest region. Okay, 5th of September 2024, the Guardian Post Daily come out talk for 2024-2025 academic school year. The talk said no child in the Northwest or the Southwest should be left behind or should stay at home. Okay. UN cannot grant Ambazonia independence. Now see all these kind headlines then they start to come out because they we don't defeat Ambazonia terrorism. Now contribute them. We don't win. Back to school lockdowns. The unending folly of Anglophone separatists. Folly just means like stupidity, lack of common sense. Okay. Now, wait till that way they happen today for 2024. We don't finally defeat Ambazonia terrorism for the way. The day on the defensive, the day on the back foot. Now my country people them, but I never yet reach my final destination. I'll get one more video for play for una when I also Ayuk Tabe. Una listen.
Has decided that he will exterminate our people, and he has decided so because all attempts that he has done in the last 8 months have not yielded any fruits. When we started this, our protest, when we started this, our criticisms of the way things have been, our lawyers went onto the streets, and all they needed was to walk on the streets. Even in their wigs and their gowns, they were attacked by the forces that Mr. Biya sent down on them. He rains force on everybody who tries to protest, even though we know a normal protest is supposed to be a right of every citizen of a nation. A couple of weeks later, when the teachers decided to protest their situation, the same fate came onto them. And the students of the universities of Boya and Bamenda, when they tried to protest, we know what happened to them. Our daughters were raped, and children were rolled into mud, and they arrested most of our children. A situation that befell our nation until January, when the parents decided not to send their children to school. Our leaders, Barrister Gobara, Dr. Fontemneba, and many others, Mancho BBC, were arrested from the 17th of January and locked up in very unworthy conditions in cells that are meant for 2 people. They will put 10 people and 20 people and 25 people. Over the last 8 months, we have recorded massive deterioration of health of our people because of the conditions of their detention. Amongst those people detained, we also recount here Justice Ayapol Abede, a justice of the Supreme Court who was hijacked from his house on a Saturday. This country is a country led by Mr. Paul Biya, which is no respecter of law. 8 months have passed, and a couple of days ago, in a symbolic gesture which has no reference to the problem in hand, Mr. Biya decided to release a couple of our people. He released Barrister Gobala, he released Dr. Fontemiba and Ayapol Abede. He also released about 20 or 30 of our people. Our records show that over 400, as a matter of fact, close to 500 of our people have been arrested and have disappeared. Because they know that they will not have all those people to account for, they did a symbolic gesture the other day by releasing 53 people. Amongst the notable people who were detained and who still remain locked up is Mancho BBC and Penn Terrence. We are asking for the immediate release, not only of these 2 leaders, but of all our people who are in detention. We are also asking for the immediate and unconditional release of all our people, not only those who have been locked up, but we are saying that the government of Mr. Paul Biya must unban all the movements that have been protesting for the rights of the English-speaking, the rights of the anglophones in Cameroon. Failure to do so, our parents will not send their children to school. And even when they do so, we are going to ask the international community, led by the United Nations, the African Union, and recently we have also got the European Union that is ready to mediate in the discussions. The discussions which will lead to the exit, the restoration of the Republic of Ambazonia. We have decided after 56 years that enough is enough, and we are going to walk away and go to our own nation. We are also going to take advantage of this moment to ask our parliamentarians. In 1953, 1954, the reason why our people moved to Boya was because the parliamentarians, the members of parliament at the time, decided to quit the Eastern House of Chiefs, the Enugu House of Chiefs. We are asking our parliamentarians, be they members of the CPDM or members of the SDF, that the moment has come when they must check out of the glass house in Yaoundé and come home. We want to send a message to Mr. Paul Biya. He does not control our people. He ceased controlling our people from November 2016. He would never have control on our people. We determine the destiny of our nation, and we are hopeful. We are praying to God. We are asking the international community to come now and avert the genocide that Mr. Biya is preparing for the people of Southern Cameroon. And we are a nation of our own. In the next couple of weeks, we are going to go to America. We are going to go to the United Nations and ask for our place, because our place is not where we find ourselves now. I want to thank all of you. I want to ask all of you to come as one person tomorrow and beyond to say that no schools in our region. Thank you. God bless you all. Okay. Are we done?
So when I don't hear what way Ayuk Tabe come up for talk, 7th of September 2017. Oh, where do you start? It talk about so-called genocide, talk about, say, President Paul Biya want to exterminate our people. The same people, the way that they migrate, more than 80% of all the people, the way they don't be displaced from the Anglophone zone, they move now into the Francophone zone. They come on from the Anglophone zone, they go inside the Francophone zone. So they don't get gendarmes and for they don't get police army inside Francophone zone, where people that they run from the Anglophone zone go now for Francophone zone. But anyway, that we understand, we know the answer to that. They are running away from Ambazonia terrorism. So Ayuk Tabe come up and talk about how they be arrest people, say they be rope picking them for university, for Boya, for Poto. Now all these stupid lame excuses the way they always give. Now with the Amber terrorists, they don't carry the guns and they go for bush. What will be the first thing they do? They don't set up their own checkpoints, them they kidnap anglophones and for ransom, killing someone's them, beheading human beings them. The same Ayuk Tabe don't complain about that one. No. Ain't nobody complain about all those things and because they want a positive change. No. Now just because they now opportunity for anglophones as usual for complain about the Cameroon government. That's all they care about. They don't actually care about the well-being of the ordinary anglophone, or na mami with itself and jama for market, or na picking way one for go for school. They don't care. All where they care now their own political expediency. Where they feel use them as a stick for beat the Cameroon government on. That's all they care about. So when I hear he also talk about, say, in the coming days, they're going to go for America, they'll go for United Nations and all of those things. And these are the kind of messages that were spread on social media, for YouTube, for Facebook, for WhatsApp groups them. And many Anglophones, they will fall to this nonsense. They will believe, say, hey, America, they come. United Nations, they come. They can't give them independence and all of those things then. As it talk, it say we are asking for the immediate and unconditional release of Mancho BBC and this and that and that. It's a failure to do so. Our parents will not send our children to school. Because if you not send your picking them for school, it go hot phobia. Because you, in your own stupid mind, you understand and believe. Say President Pobia like that picking pass how you like your own picking. You understand, no? Because you the whole, imagine say you born your own picking, you nurture it, you suckle it, give Bobby, all thing them, protect it. The picking don't grow, reach the age of 15, 16, wait there for secondary school. And then you take gun, put them for your head. Say, I go shoot this picking if President Pobia no can give me this and that. It means say President Pobia like that picking pass how you like it. That's exactly what we Anglophones they talk. It's a failure to release our Macho BBC and whatnot. We will not send our children to school. Okay. They never released the Macho BBC. No send them for school, no. 2 years can pass, 3 years can pass. The same Anglophones then, in their infinite stupidity, they start to pay triple. They go for Bafusam, go for Nchang, go for Edea, go Douala, Yaoundé, for go put their opinion for Francophone schools. When I talk about Francophonization of Anglophones now Anglophones, they pay money for Francophonize their own picking them. Well done. I clap for Una. Una over get sense. Anglophones, they get sense for some way where I know if you understand. Too much sense. So my contributor them now wait that way. Now the reality that about the how Usawe will end up for Usawe will they where we are picking enough to go for school. They just want the opportunity for go school. They just want a bit of peace and safety for access education. So now you get this message will come out from the American embassy a couple of days ago where they talk say the U.S. embassy condemns all forms of violence against civilians. And then they go on to talk about as classes resume in the coming days, we cannot forget that every child has a right to an education. Schools are sanctuaries for learning, and children must not be prevented from attending classes. And based on that statement, Amber terrorists, they say they be attacked. Rightly so. Because they know say not only them that is stop picking them, they no go school. Every time when they talk about education, withholding education for picking them, Anglophones they immediately and rightly so, they feel attacked because they understand say not only the ambassador terrorists, they stop Anglophone picking them, they no go for school. As a matter of fact, like Ayuk Tabe come up for talk, President Pobia, it become bribe Anglophones and bribe them. Say me they send their own picking them for school. They deny Anglophones the way they over get sense. They say no, na lie. I need to send my picking for school. I go hold my picking the education to ransom. I go hold them as leverage. I go hold my own picking hostage. For me, President Pobia can't give me this or that. So my country people them, those threats where they were threatened, they were not empty threats because they actually go on for kill people them. Case in point, this video where I go show una now. When I bear with me, make I load the video. So because it happened on the 1st of this September 2024. When I watch and listen.
September, I'm told I begin a of Faku, my assistant Polifamba. Faku doctor. Past 2nd September, I'm told I begin a of Faku, my assistant Polifamba. Faku doctor. Faku doctor. Faku doctor. No shaking on the and that at beginning that no
must also go for ground for see for ourselves and for report to where they happen. Now for second why that after we don't hear small story, polon on them for social media. Come on, not get for send me for fee for go see if for true. But we don't also enter my 14. We then have for inside la forest street for inside my 16. If you look this motor from my back, they go call and say taxi motor where they don't burn them this early morning time. And according to Tori, gather and can see this motor, they tell we say. Now some family, if they go bush this early morning time, for go walk chop half or see how they go get chop. As they come out, they meet up that boy the way they carry gun, where they come up for inside bush. According to Tori, gather them this morning time. They move all man for taxi. They burn them. If you taxi them, now the taxi this way they don't burn them. The countryman, it does so come out for him. In overstay, it does so talk say woyo. And country people, this one will be the only thing we don't happen this morning time. Where it be today, Monday, number 2 day for inside 9 moon 2024. We don't also do much for my 14. We stop for there, on a CCCM, na 2 by gender way they burn them this early morning time, and one man he don't go 6 feet. The other man, he get caught for his hand where they don't take and go for hospital. How on the takes them so country people and according to Tori we enter our ear this morning time on the see blood. How on take see blood where they don't kill this countryman. For inside my 14, you see how we work them. And if you look for this word and on the same country people, it shows a waiting, na bullet them that way they shoot them. Even for ground, we don't that so meet up bullet them, we on the takes so country people. So now for tell on say my 14, my 15, my 16 this morning time, early morning time, number 2 day for inside 9 moon 2024. It not be easy for people then for my 14, my 15, and my 16 country people. I will not take them. So for true, if we then a palava gone this morning time, we will not take them so for inside my 14. And this motor, if we not see them, it don't put leaf for front, it is double navigator. It's just this one. So the first way inside, it's still not just strong, it is also gonna help. So anything for inside my 14, my 15, my 16 this morning time, you get to be very careful. So Master Talk, my middle prime, who did the African eye, we don't enter this morning time. We then have inside my 16, I will take year gun for calcium. Country people, my own name, Namola Moki, una hold on tight, we go see again.
Now the monster that way we create them, we anglophones them. Now we create that monster. So they not only attack taxi Bonham and kill some Okada and burn some Okada them inside Fako, but inside the anglophone zone for Bamenda side for Northwest. Now wait till this way it happen. Capo Daniel go give on this report. When I listen.
Second day for Monday, Ghost Town Day for this new month for September. As we be done put out warning, say the danger where our population then be faced for ground zero, it be real. When the see report where the commodity come from Boya, all this one are activities for genuine Ambazonian fighters. Fight at the way they carry Ambazonian flag, where they then kill our own people them from the images of the Siam. And the Ambazonian fighters have intention to carry out activity that are meant to rain terror on our people, to influence them so that they don't go out and obey, or force them to stay at home for lockdowns that have been declared by several groups for several days. So these are pictures that are coming out from Boya, my 16 in Boya. The part of the mountain lions were out there. They burned one taxi. You see the images, the taxi was burned. One other bike man was killed on his bike. Based on our information that are coming in from people within the camps there, they said that they were disobeying lockdown that have been declared. Their lockdown that starts today. So it is not because they burned the taxi because the taxi have a yellow color, because they were disobeying ghost town and lockdown that have been declared with the intention to cripple or sabotage the school resumption. Also in Bamenda, we have seen pictures that are coming from Batu. It happens, according to information from Batu, it happens at 3 a.m. in the morning, where the ADF carried out an ambush, executing people that were walking on bike, that they have disobeyed their lockdown, which they have declared. These are crimes against our people. These are crimes against humanity. Using lethal force, inappropriate use of force, disproportionate use of force against our civilians, that are deliberate to cause the death of people in order to frighten people is a use of terror. These are extremism, these are extremist actions that are not acceptable, and we must all condemn them. Our people, when we started the school boycott, it was declared by elected members of the consortium that represented CACTU, which was the teachers' organization. Our people were not under any threat to obey the school boycott. Students themselves helped to enforce the school boycott. They burned down their own schools. They refused to go to school. It was a voluntary thing. Today, extreme groups or groups that have been derailed are using extreme measures against our own people. They no longer represent a collective will. They are not speaking for the educational sector. They are using the threat of death and have actually made good of their threat by killing innocent Ambazonian civilians with a disproportionate use of force. These are war crimes. Those who are responsible or those who encourages such activities in the name of our people, in my name, in the name of everybody who is an Anglophone, should be reprimanded, and we are going to call on the international community to take positive action to make sure that the perpetrator of such crime against our own people are brought to justice.
So when I don't hear, as Capo Daniel explained what will happen on the 2nd of September 2024, when I just 5 days ago, as Amber terrorists, they never just threaten, say they go kill people them because of lockdown, but they actually go on and for carry out terrorist attacks and where they don't kill people them from Batu inside Bamenda, and they don't also kill people them for Fako. So my contributor them now the updates and that I get many other things, and I just said time it don't meet up we short, so we will need for leave some of the things that I'll be prepared for presenting for Una, and then maybe schedule another presentation on a different date. For example, the murder of this Reverend Pastor Mbakwa Alfred for Bamenda 3 days ago. I'll be one for talk about that one, but I don't think say we'll get enough time for delve into that. And also, as we understand, we're now for September 2024, and the presidency of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly for this September, it will be held by His Excellency Philemon Yang, the former Prime Minister of Cameroon. So there is a lot going on there. And you also know, say, as we speak, today, about 7th day for September 2024, President Paul Biya, a day for China, on an official meeting. So there is a lot going on. And also today, we don't just discuss some weekly updates and back to school and the message where the American ambassador Ibisenam with regards to back to school. I go load them now and then we'll go wrap them up. We'll go end the live broadcast. So I don't already read the message. My show now the message on the screen again. Now the message that I don't read them for now briefly, but now I want for put on the screen for now the response where Christopher Anu if you get to that message, when I listen for understand the frustration of Amber terrorists. It will even actually start by threatening, say, if they get their way, they go stop all the schools then. They go, as a matter of fact, they go stop more schools then. As the American embassy talks, say, make school begin they go for school in peace. Chris Anu go talk, say, the reason why they never even stop all the other schools now because they never get away. If it be get away, they will stop all the schools then. So when I listen to what Chris Anu go talk vis-a-vis the communique way the American embassy be put them out a few days ago.
Their schools. I know some are open, some will be open, but if we don't want to see their schools. I know some are open, some will be open, but if we have our way, we will shut down every one of them. If we have our way, I can promise you that.
Children to build.
But let me get over to another subject here. There is also a press statement that came from the U.S. Embassy. I guess that was sent out by the U.S. Embassy. And that statement, I like to read that. Statement to you. I like to read that statement to you from the U.S. Embassy. You wait for a second, I will get to you. Recent incidents and throughout has a right to. We reaffirm the need for peaceful to address complex political and security issues. Security issues. Again, that statement is coming from the U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé, quite close to the message coming from the Catholic nuncio representing the Pope in Cameroon. It is interesting, the statement that is coming from the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. Embassy definitely is trying to take a middle-of-the-road approach here, talking about the complex nature of the conflict and the way it should be handled. But I'd like to say this to those who run the U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé. The U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé is very, very much in a vantage position to report exactly as it is the situation on the ground in Ambazonia. But often when they write, when they put out statements like this, they are not courageous and brave enough to point out what the exact problem on the ground in Ambazonia is. The U.S. Embassy should be reminded. The U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé should be reminded. Ambazonia is defending itself. Ambazonia did not declare war. But I've not seen for once where a message like this from the U.S. Embassy is addressed to the government in Yaoundé to consider sitting down to resolve the conflict. I guess the U.S. Embassy hopes that Ambazonians will lay down their arms and then have Yaoundé come over. The British did not give America freedom. Americans they took their freedom by force from the British. And that is exactly what Ambazonians are doing. As somebody has said, the United Nations is not going to give us independence. Nor do we look upon America to give us independence. We have to fight and take it. And if the Americans or the embassy believe something has to be done, the burden should not be upon those who are oppressed. The burden should not be upon those who are annexed. The burden should not be upon those who are marginalized. The burden should be upon the aggressor, who is La République du Cameroon. I will expect that one of these days, the U.S. Embassy will write to Paul Biya to say, Mr. President, stop this war. It has been going on for 8 years. Negotiate peace so that children can go to school. If you are so concerned about education, about peace in Ambazonia, the right thing to do is get to Yaoundé, that damn capital, and tell Paul Biya you declared war, stop the war so that in Ambazonia children can go to school. There can be peace and security in Ambazonia. It should not be pushed upon those who are fighting for their lives. We are fighting for our lives. We are fighting for our liberties. Who would have said to the USA when they fought against the British, oh, stop that because in some parts of America, children are not going to school. So we think that the American embassy in Yaoundé should try to take some middle-of-the-road positions and also try to speak truth to power, and that power is in Yaoundé, where you are.
So, my contributor them, when I don't hear what Christopher no come off for talk, now the stupidity of the anglophones than that. The U.S. Embassy, they talk about a specific thing, which is the education for picking them. The U.S. Embassy no be concerned with whether I want to fight for independence or what. The U.S. Embassy be concerned with the humanitarian and human rights violations, violating the rights of the picking them for go for school. They talk because it been a policy of the Amber terrorists for ban schools, specifically schools in the Anglophone zone. And why that way the statement where the United States put them out, no call no person in name, But it just talks, say, they don't hear recent incidents and threats in Cameroon's northwest and the southwest region. And because of the about terrorists, they feel guilty because they understand, say, not only them, they threaten school picking them. Now, why that way they come back and defend or try to defend themselves. And in the course of that stupidity where Chris Anu come up for talking, it talks, say, oh, the American government, it no be courageous enough. Maybe the American government not be courageous because they fear President Paul Biya or they fear Nahuo, according to Chris Anu. I don't understand. And then Chris Anu come up for talk now. It remind the American government how they be win their independence. And then they remind the American government, say this, so them not be declare war. Yes, when I not declare war for picking them, when I not declare, when I think say the American people they stupid for that way. When I think say the stupid say they don't know, so when I don't declare war against education of picking education for Anglophone picking them in the Anglophone zone, they know they are not stupid. And then they go on for talk, say the US embassy is supposed to go tell President Paul Biya to stop and then negotiate with them before they go stop for the banned schools them. So that made them, because they hold that picking their education to ransom, they hold their own picking them as hostages. So the only way for them for stop for the hold their own picking them as hostages. Now, if American government it go tell President Paul Biya can negotiate with them. So I hope so now understand. Bangwa cents, 99 cents. My contributor. So we'll go end the live broadcast. But before we go, I think some video with barbecue. I'm always come out from Libya Alem, where I want for plan for now. Before we go, this video come on now from Libya Alem. I hope we get opportunity for load and up on the screen already. But this is it. When I watch and listen for tell una how irrelevant Christopher Anu it be for Libya Alem. We don't totally defeat ambassador terrorism inside Libya Alem. Calm, peace, and normalcy it return back for Libya Alem. When I watch and listen. Unfortunately, that one not been at the right video. That one are for Fundong, but it's exactly the same thing as Mafisiam. Football competitions them going on all over the Anglophone zone, and peace and normalcy is returning everywhere in the Anglophone zone. So when I bear with me, if I see the video and this is it, I don't get the video. So if now want to understand what really happened for that video, now news article this way, the Guardian Post Daily, it published them on their website 2 days ago relating to that video. For drumming peace, living together via support tourney. That word tourney just is a short form for tournament, a football tournament. Lebialem SDO hails Senator Lekunze Nembo's initiative in Wabane for Lebialem. So since we will kill Oliver Likiaka, Ayeke, and all these other ones, the way their pictures a day on now Oliver Likiaka that might show on the picture. This picture with there on the screen, Ayeke, Oliver Likiaka, Functional Vincent, and all of these other terrorists. Since we will compromise them through them, peace don't return for Libya Alem, and a wider way, it be possible for see this kind of situation of the celebration where they happen inside Libya Alem. So now the information that when I go on that website, when I go read them, peace and normalcy, it return for Libya Alem. The population, it get tournaments, them football tournaments, handball, you get community centers that they open, you get banks, markets, you get churches, you get all of these institutions, them they open back inside the BLM because they don't defeat ambassador terrorism inside the BLM. And we want to thank all the people the way they played their own part for sensitize the general population, like the senators, the chiefs, the elites, you know, the SDO himself, and the DOs, the ex-combatants, and all the other people, them the Kumkum distributors, them where they don't make it possible for peace for return. The BLM right now, it experience about 90% peace and normalcy. Amber terrorists enough enter inside the BLM stay. If they enter, they pass na pass, or they can kidnap some person, then run, enter back inside Momo or for Manu. So all the Amber terrorists where you wanna see say they operate inside the BLM, they stay now for Manu or for Momo. They enter and then run come out because the place is too hot for Amber terrorists because of all the fantastic groundwork we don't do. So now the situation that inside the BLM, ma I show na the video that where it play in the background. Now the senator that as na see the BLM that just last, I mean, six days ago on the 1st of January, the senator is there on the ground. Now see the population will come out, see all the other chiefs them. They get, you know, cultural events, they get people they come out, they get in Takate, they get handball, football tournaments, and all of those things that happen inside the BLM. Usa Chris Anu Day. We don't compromise brother, Oliver Likiaka, we don't wipe Ayeke, wipe Functional Vincent, wipe General Mike, wipe all the terrorists where they be there for Libya, where they disturb the people them, and that is why peace and normalcy they return back inside Libya. Thank you plenty my country for them. Now when I command the Kumkumasa, the king of all the black legs, we'll wrap up the live broadcast now by playing our Kumkum anthem and then Cameroonianness. Thank you plenty.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.